Yep.
Good evening. This is Mary Ann Cavan, Chair of the City of Newcastle Election Board, and it is February 4th, 2025, 6:30 p.m. And I'm calling the meeting to order at the Newcastle Municipal. I call it the police station.
Community room.
Community.
Mhm.
Okay. So first, how about we'll just introduce ourselves as a roll call.
Brittany Delaney.
Rodney Press.
And Mary Ann Cavan. And we have the minutes, and I'm just starting to read them now, so I'm going to take a few minutes and we'll read the minutes. Have you read them?
Yes.
I don't see anything that needs to be changed. Does anyone have any comments on what's here or care to make a change?
No.
Okay, do I have a move to approve? Second. All in favor? Aye. So we've approved the minutes. Okay. Now I do want to make a few comments. Just gonna let this put this to rest. Because an additional question came up that hadn't from one or a few, I guess, about the state and the filing by election issue, filing by electronics, electronically. And so the state does not accept electronic filing, but that's only for the state. Okay, so if you want to be a candidate for a state office, you have to apply in Dover. You can't do it electronically. If you want to apply for a county seat in any of the 3 counties, you have to take the applications to each county's election office. They do not accept electronically, but they don't dictate what the municipalities do. So the procedures that the municipalities set for it, they develop on their own. And the fact that the state allows or requires only in-person filing for candidate packages or petitions to file doesn't influence in any way what the city might do or what the city might offer. Okay. And so another thing is the code for the minimum of days. It is mandated by the state that it has to be a minimum of 20. But there's not a specific code that's requiring us to be limited to 20 days. And so there's some misunderstanding with some people about that. It just can't be any fewer than 20. Okay. So, and the city had the authority to make that change administratively, and they had no need and didn't, have a consultation with the board. And the electronic filing, and again, that was something that could be done independent of the board, and it was that change was determined by city council. So I think that clears it up. Does anybody have any questions about that?
So I'm
So, you
assuming,
know, because people always were, and will be referred to the Board of Elections if they have any questions.
and I'm assuming when you choose the minimum days needed, that does not have to be a formal meeting to be discussed.
No, that's exactly what I was trying to clarify. So thank you for asking that. No, it does not. It was done administratively and they're authorized to do that. The city administration and council just needs to make certain we oversee, we make sure the election happens, you know, adhering to all the needs and of the election itself on the day of, but we don't determine those things. So, okay, so I just wanted to make that clear because the state did not change it. The city did. And however the state handles the filing for state offices does not inform the city what they have to do or need to do to comply. Okay. Okay, the election planner has been forwarded, the application for the voting machines, the training, the insurance information, and I just requested that we have the training in the week prior. Best if we can. I mean, we can do it differently. When we get closer, I'll talk to Drew and the people at the warehouse. But I think when it's fresh, it's best. So and with the certification of voting machines, not on the planner, I just said, you know, to be determined the same day as preferably the week prior to the election, whatever day and time is suitable. And we never have any problem. You know, they're very accommodating, whether we can make mornings or afternoons or whatever. And it's great for the board members to go. I always do, but they do have a separate, smaller training session for us. But the poll workers, it's mandatory. They have to be at that poll worker training group, or they can't go near a phone. And we can't usually, you know, we need to stay away from the actual registration day of and the actual voting, you know. We don't even have to be there really. One person should be there, and I generally am, but you know, I think if one of us is there just to assist when need be, that's sufficient. But okay, so we need the hospitality needs to be addressed. Coffee, tea, whatever. I brought a lot of things last time, like yogurts and fruit juices and fresh fruits and donuts and all that sort of stuff. But it's probably best if somebody else could do like the coffee run in the morning and like get the hot stuff set up. Because I'm like just really busy and it's difficult to get out there and get back and have it all hot and whatever. And I need to open the poll. That's the main reason actually, is that I'm the one who will be opening the building. So, I mean, the coffee doesn't have to be there when you walk prance in the door, but you know, that would be good. And then we'll split up hospitality needs. Carolyn's not here. The last time she gave everyone menus, if you recall, and you made your choice for lunch. And then we had other things to kind of carry us through until we actually closed the poll. So I don't think there's anything that has to be determined now. Just that you look at your schedules and see how you can fill in with hospitality to be available for breakfast or lunch or late afternoon to bring something else in.
Want to do the coffee?
I can do coffee.
Coffee and donuts and muffins and things like that
The afternoon.
for the food.
And then we need the Friday afternoon, which I think what we've done as it was the last time. They had moved. I know the election night didn't work. You had moved into the smaller room. That's when I saw you were there. That was the first time. Remember we sat outside. But last time we were able to get it back into the main room. We're just using the same amount of space, but it's much easier because we're not, right, for our meals, you know, we can sit at tables that are behind the voting booths and we have space for challengers, although I haven't seen a challenger in a number of elections, you know, but But we do need someone to go in, and I think Rodney, you did that last time. You taped, there was a taping so that we didn't move the tables or the chairs beyond the area that,
Correct.
you know, because the senior center, they're very accommodating, you know, but they're very careful about their building and the floors and the condition and all of that. They've had some experiences, I think, that informed them they needed to be, and they are, and they're really good about it. So I just want to make sure we put things that are acceptable in, you know, Bob Thatcher generally is there. So, and then the other thing is, the morning of the poll, the morning of the election, you need someone to do the 50-foot taping or chalking or however, you know, tones, whatever way works. And often that's related to the weather, you know. One other thing I wanted to, I noted, I looked at a lot of the, in 2023 and again this year and again in the past week, I looked again at a lot of the websites for Delaware municipalities, you know, I was looking to see if there was someone I could call and talk to about this electronic filing, because we do have a risk factor now, you know, there definitely is a risk factor, which we didn't have it. You know, none of us want to have any problems like we did, you know, with the last election. So, but I didn't find any, but what I found was interesting, and would not especially related to that, but one or two of the, and you may know this, one or two of the towns had a link right on their website where I would look for election information, and it linked me right to the county site where you can check your own registration.
Yeah,
is-
ours does too under the, I believe it does. I'll have
Does
to
it?
double check. Yeah, the iVote.delaware.gov website.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Okay. I see, I haven't looked at, I guess,
Yeah.
where our election information is on our website, but it's not on most websites where they post the election information, because that's all I'm looking at. You know, I'm just going and looking for the election information, and then right on where they gave all the information about how to file candidate packages or petitions, and you know what qualifies you to vote, and all of that. The link was right there, and I thought, oh, that's really a good idea.
yeah,
So-
all the voter information is right there and register to vote, and you can click right on it.
Is that where our election information
Yes.
is too? Oh,
Yep.
good. I
So
didn't
it's-
even think to go back and look at ours.
Yeah, it's
thought I
under
had.
department and then election information.
Okay, well, that's great. I thought that was really great,
Mhm.
because you can either, if I'm correct, you can either register to vote, or you can check your registration,
Yes,
which is, I mean, then that's what the city used to do, you know? And so now we do have an effect with this new ordinance that the city will do it automatically. But I mean, I know for years when people would come in about that, one of the things the city was able to do was to call the county and confirm a
Mhm.
registration. So I think at this point, there wasn't anything else that needed to be addressed this evening, but you know, whatever questions you may have about how we're going to address what does need to be done. And the only thing that's up in the air are exactly who's going to fit what, you know, what need. It's pretty, the procedures are pretty damn pat, you know, there isn't a lot that changes. The poll workers, I did not get any. You said you were gonna have to send me
I
some.
reached
that you
out
had
to,
already.
I reached out to the 5 that I asked, and I emailed them, and I haven't heard back.
Oh, that's fine. I just wanted to, I wanted to make sure that we're not, you know, overlooking anyone who who believed that they were supposed to, you know, there were some that didn't get contacted until the last minute, and some that never were contacted in the last election, who thought that they were being under consideration, and I just didn't have the information. So if there are any of those that you had spoken to previously, or that have followed up with any, you know,
I'll keep trying.
well, just send me what you have. Don't keep trying. Let me, or call me and let's just review what we have. The point is, I don't want us to be disappointing people. And a lot of times we have needs at the last minute because people are sick, you know, and something happens, you know, plans come up that they hadn't anticipated, et cetera, et cetera. So there are needs generally as you get closer to the date where we have sort of perspectives in the wings, so to speak. But, nothing else? We have moved on to make public comments in the city administration. We can talk tomorrow.
Sure.
And I'll copy you on what I sent to Lori.
Good,
I
thank
didn't think to do that earlier, but I
Mhm.
did it. So.
Yeah, that way we can save copies in our office.
Right, yeah. I didn't think when I was doing it, but I noticed I had the file, I don't know, I grabbed it out of the car coming in here now, but I noticed that, the letter came into Lori initially, and then the ones that I had from the last one I did had Bill Barthel still on them.
Mhm.
Well, if we have nothing else to, cover or address, I move that we close the meeting. Adjourn? All in favor? Meeting is adjourned. And I didn't mention, I put it on here, but I don't even want to bother mention it right now, because I have to look at schedules and I'll reach out to each of you. And again, I'll ask you, about the city schedule and meetings and all for when we will, because we will have another meeting.
Mhm.
It's only the 4th, and so we'll have a few more meetings. We've got March, but we don't need to have a meeting the next couple of weeks.
So they'll let you know I'm leaving on Saturday for 2 weeks.
Yeah, you already did. That, you told me that when we were planning this one. So, so I'll be in touch and we'll plan a meeting for just the end of the month.
Yeah,
I'll be back on the 21st.
okay.
We would usually have in the beginning of February and election day, 2 meetings, because we always like to schedule one close to the election day.
Yeah.
When you've got, you know, you need to have it wrapped up,
Mhm.
so. Okay.